What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another video. Today, just want to chat about I am at 1,000 characters. 2 days ago, I learned my 1,000th character in Mandarin Chinese. Hanzi. And it feels super good. This notebook is just a collection of all the characters and stuff that I've written multiple times and whatnot, of course, as I practice them, which my study methods have changed a little bit. But I don't write quite as much as I used to because I just need to, I'm concentrating on reading and things like that. But hitting 1,000 characters is a huge milestone for me. First off, I am someone who has always jumped around language to language, and I've always dabbled, and I've always, whatever. And hitting 1,000 characters really, to me, just kind of signifies like, okay, you're finally doing it. You're sticking with something. You are showing up every day. You're studying, almost every day. I mean, I take breaks and whatnot, but you've made a habit, you've made it consistently, and you're showing up. So having 1,000 characters is so rewarding. And of course, from those 1,000 characters, you're talking, I don't even know how many words. I mean, maybe, I would hate to say upwards of 2,000, but I'm sure Mandarin Blueprint has a specific number of vocabulary that they've taught along the way. But, it's just, there's so much. And so it's just so rewarding for me, like 1,000, like there's nothing special about 1,000 characters. Like, it's not like I learned my 1,000th character and all of a sudden I'm fluent in Mandarin. Like, that's not the case at all. But it is a milestone, and it's something that is an attainable goal. That's what I love about Mandarin Blueprint, is it was an attainable goal. If I get to 1,000, like, I've made progress. They teach, I don't know, 30, how many ever 100, I don't know, we'll say 3,500, right? I know it's over 3,000, so I don't know, 3,200 characters, whatever. So it's like I'm a third of the way there to finishing this course of all these characters and being able to, do all this stuff. It was kind of an emotional thing for me because, again, if you've watched this channel, I've been doing this channel since 2015, and it's just dabble here. Oh, I'm learning Spanish. Oh, I'm learning Greek. Oh, I'm learning Italian. I'm learning Japanese, which I did Japanese for that's the longest that I've studied anything probably. And then, I've even dabbled in Mandarin before. But to actually stick with something and it be the only language that I concentrate on since last May-ish, has been really good. So I have been reading a lot. With hitting 1,000 characters, though, I knew that I was going to shift my focus on things. I'm still going to do characters, but my goal now, I've got to reverse what I'm doing. I do read a lot, but I've got to start immersing in native content and stuff. Like, I'm not trying to be a just immerse bro, but I've got to start getting that, because hearing Mandarin is a whole different thing. Like, I can parse stuff and I can hear stuff, but like, just the speech patterns and things like that can be so different, and the way that they blend words together and stuff like that. So it's just, I'm going to have to do that. I believe today, I've said this before in the past, but I think with 1,000 characters and the fact that I can read that many characters is going to make sentence mining easier. And so I think that sentence mining is kind of my next goal. I originally was going to use kind of the method that Refold put together for mining without paying for Migaku, but I think just in terms of streamlining, I think I'm gonna do Migaku just because it's literally one click and you create a card. So that'll probably be what I do. I'm not 100% sure. I'll figure it out and I'll make another video about it. But yeah, it's just so exciting to be there. I'm still reading. I don't read quite as much because I was trying to go hard on these characters, and then, just life happens. My sister came in from Georgia. I spent time with her, and Noah was sick one day. I obviously took care of him. Like, there's things that come up. It's just consistently, though, I'm there, generally speaking, every day, with a couple of, things here or there that come up, and I don't study on those days. But I always do my reviews and things like that. Like, it's just not adding new characters sometimes. But I think with where I'm at, I'm just very satisfied that I've stuck with it. And being able to, like I said, being able to see characters in the wild, for example, you know, if you go down the Asian food section at Walmart or whatever, being able to recognize some of those Hanzi and being able to read them and even knowing meanings of them is, it's just a really, 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 really cool feeling. And so I know that the next step is I've got to be able to hear this language. I've got to be able to parse it. I've got to be able to understand people when they speak. That's kind of the next goal as I continue to add. I'm still going to add new cards per day. I'm still going to add new characters every day. But I'm not going to try to do like when I did I was at 984 and I added 16 of the characters that day to get to 1,000, and I retained them. I did my Anki yesterday of those characters, and I missed one. So it's retaining that information. Of course, we'll see how it goes over the course of time. But generally, you know, the next day I had remembered every single one of them, what they meant, the reading, the correct tone, just because of, again, the system that I've set in place using Mandarin Blueprint. So do I think Mandarin Blueprint is the best thing out there? I mean, it is for me. I always struggled with Chinese. There's like, I can see, it's like part of my beard is, that's why I keep rubbing my face. It's like part of my beard right here is like up, and I keep getting like, I can see hair in my line of sight right here, and it's very, I don't like it. But anyway, I think that Mandarin Blueprint is fantastic. I think that it works for people who like this kind of thing. I like a systematic learning approach. Like, I could go and just learn characters, right? I could just go and pick random characters to learn. But I like that it's set in a way where everything builds off of each other. You learn a radical, or I don't know what they call them in China. I don't know if it's radical is the right word. It's what they call them in Japanese. But anyway, you learn a component, and then they build a character out of that, and then that character gets used in words from characters that you've already known, and then someday down the road, that character as a whole becomes a component of a bigger character. And so this building block system just kind of goes through and shows you. Also, I stand by that having the Hanzi in my head and being able to recall that image of what I've learned has helped me differentiate, you know, sure. Like, like having that image, I can tell, you know, are you saying 10? Are you saying to try? Are you saying whatever else it may be? You know, proper, whatever. Like, it's really helped me be able to do that. So I think if you're looking for a systematic approach in learning characters, I think that it's absolutely fantastic. I'm not here to shill for them. It's genuinely what I use. Like, I don't get paid by them or anything like that, although it'd be dope because it's a very expensive course, but I do stand by it. It has helped me tremendously. So with reading, I'm still reading through some Do Chinese stuff, and I'll import that into Lingq, which is a whole giant process because they make it almost impossible to do, but that's a whole different thing. But anyway, I'm reading the intermediate stories, and it's generally comprehensible. It's like sometimes a sentence will be long, and so there will be like the way the grammar works where it'll just be a little wonky and it's a little hard for me to understand. But generally speaking, any of the intermediate stories that I'm reading so far have been fine. And if I get to a sentence like that, I'll just break it down by the sentence, and I'll just go literally word by word and try to break it down and just understand what's happening. This means at the end of this sentence, if you're adding this, it's kind of like you're saying if something does something. So yeah, and just break it down like that, and then usually, you know, on the next read through, I'm generally okay. So, and that's about all I've done. I've not watched as much of the comprehensible input videos because, again, I was just going on characters, and reading is how I reinforce them. I don't write them as much anymore. I write them when I learn them, and then that's pretty much it. Not that I'm not concentrating on writing, because I still love writing them down. It's just reading the characters and being able to recognize them for someone living in America is good. And honestly, there's a lot of characters that I've only written once, but just thinking in my head, just thinking of characters even that I just recently learned, I can write because of the mnemonic system that has been created, that is created tailored specifically to me using Mandarin Blueprint. And so I can pull those stories, you know, from whatever. So I'm happy to be where I'm at. I'm happy to be at 1,000 characters. I'm happy to be making progress. I'm happy to be uploading videos on YouTube and it's not jumping language to language. And I'm excited to getting back to proper immersion and sentence mining and taking this from 1,000 characters through fluency in the Chinese language. And that is the long-term goal. Short-term goal being mine 10 new words a day, do some characters from Mandarin Blueprint, make sure I'm getting plenty of listening practice so I can understand what is happening and understand what is being said to me. And I think that that is the goal of what I need to do. So, gonna end the video here. If you have any questions, please let me know down below. And I will be making update videos on my immersion. I haven't set any goals on that yet because, again, you know, if you're new here, I like to set easy, attainable goals. Not, oh, I need to immerse 5 hours a day, and then you only immerse 4 hours, so you're beating yourself up. But it's like you still surrounded yourself with 4 hours of your target language. Like, that's not terrible. Anyway, yeah, ending the video here. If you have any questions, let me know down below. I would love to chat. I'd love to hear your thoughts. 1,000 characters down. Here's to the next 1,000. Here's to, at some point far down the future, attaining some sort of reasonable fluency within the Mandarin language. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you very soon.